Cosmic here, welcome back to the channel, and today we have a new 3-part series of celebrating new card games in 2024, and today we have this amazing package from the Elestrals teams. Thank you so much for sending this out, and as always, we are going to do, as I mentioned, a 3-part series that would normally be a unboxing video, a versus video where we learn how to play the game, and a meta recap that lets, future players or current players know what was played in the time and kind of where to get started. So this one is a little bit different. I mean, they sent us stuff and more stuff. So all the starter decks, and we got a booster box, and we got blister packs and promos and a roadmap, by the way. So this one's gonna be a little bit different than what we normally do for an unboxing video, where it's normally just, hey, one booster box. And guess what? I'm not leaving the sucker sealed. I think booster boxes are meant to be open, so we will open some packs. But let's just talk about all the stuff that they sent that came in this amazing package, and also our thoughts on the game overall. So without further ado, let's get into it. So up first, you will notice here this beautiful mat, which there is one for each element, and I do appreciate that it is stitched. So again, I don't have enough desk space for everything that they sent, so I'm just kind of doing this on the fly. It does need to smooth out a little bit. It is a little wrinkled because of how it was in the package, but I'm sure after playing for a bit and kind of as things progress, this will flatten itself out and be fine. So you will notice, or I guess it's not completely zoomed out and I can't really get this all in one shot, but you'll notice these little grids that are on there, and there is 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and this is going to be a very interesting game. So as I've been learning about it, and it's been on our radar because of Aspira, he's a friend of the channel, and he's talked about the game quite a bit. It is a little bit of, inspired by Pokemon, because the content creator who put this together, aDrive, is very well known in the Pokemon community. So a lot of this artwork is very cute and features, monster-like or monster collector style of themes to it. But it does have this, once normal summon per turn kind of Yu-Gi-Oh rule to it, as well as like the Pokemon collector side. And what I really like about this, and what was really interesting, as we'll get into some of these, and I'll just open up this shattered pack shattered stars, because I've kind of already got excited with it and want to look into it more, is that you have these spirits, which are going to be more of your resource. So your life is quite literally your resource in this game. You get 20 of them, and of course, based on the elements that you have is kind of the deck that you can build, but you can mix and match as well. So without further ado, let's just kind of get into some of these and kind of show things off. But for me, what's obviously really important is what kind of communication have they had so far, kind of where's the game started. And they sent over this 2024 roadmap. And again, forgive me, it's a little bit dinged up because I threw it around in the box as I was unboxing it, and the booster box crushed, I guess you can see right here. But and again, some of the designs just absolutely cute. I love them. But really quickly here, you can see that we do have just the base set that was just launched, the Frostfall, which is going to be in the spring, and then also some additional lore chapters and championship events that are going on. Now, as it is right now, this is available through their main website and hopefully going to be in more stores soon. But if you want to check it out, I will have some links in the pinned comment. Now, the one thing I want to go back to is all of these, and I guess let's see how small that is, right? The Shattered Stars, and you can probably see that there's a different element for each one of these. But it is that pack that I very quickly showed off, and I guess we'll get the other one here, where this was for the other, and you can open it up for wind, and this is where you can start to see some of the other characters that it has 6, this will zoom in, there we go. It has 6 of these common cards that will be alt art, and again, these all are in the main set from my understanding, from at least what information I could dig up. But good alt art, it'll have at least one foil, which can be a variety of other alt arts. They have some really amazing shattered foiled stuff that I hope we get to see. And then, of course, the full art. But what's interesting about these in particular is that they're doing something really cool, is that for each one of them, there'll be, and I don't know how this one's going to line up. They have it on the website, how they're supposed to line up, but the 6 of these arts will actually come together and make a full art picture, which is really cool. I think that's a neat little touch. So I will say from the get-go, I really do appreciate how there's a lot more, be it either community feedback, be it more whoever they have consulting on the game. There's a lot of very community focused and community based wins, I will say, in terms of the product design overall. Now, the one thing I got to mention is that we did get this, I think Galaxia is the promo. There's this promo card that came in, and you can tell that it's in a very flimsy package, like the paper all around. So this unfortunately was not safe from the Pringle test, as it were. And there is quite a bit of bending in that, but overall, you can see here the promo foiling as well here in the background. But for those that don't know, if maybe you're just seeing this coming to the channel for the first time or don't know, but I am a blue/water/ whatever element it might be in other games. I love everything water themed. So this was really cool to see as one of the promo cards. And again, I do actually like the design quite a bit. Now, full disclaimer, going back to, a shocker of a comment, as it were. Yes, I grew up with Pokemon, but I only played Gen 1 and Gen 2 and kind of dropped out of it, right? The monster collector aspect ultimately wasn't for me overall. I still like Pokemon, and now with my current partner, I am playing all of the current gen Pokemon games and trying to go back to play some of the others just because, I've now become able to appreciate the series as it were overall. So I'm kind of playing catch up in that regard, but just really wanting to stress that the Pokemon nostalgic or the Pokemon themes, isn't really the end all be all selling point for me, but I think it's really cool what they're doing. So again, I want to just open cards. I've had to stare at this for 2 days because I've been busy just recording a bunch of other stuff, and I think card packs should be open and talked about. So let's just open up some blisters, see what we get, and hopefully get some of the, shiny stuff. So we'll just kind of, again, open these as we're going through it, maybe talk about some of the cards as we get them. But again, I'm just a little gremlin when it comes to opening packs and want to open a bunch of stuff. So this is just going to go on the floor over there, and I'll worry about that later. So again, really rough pringling on these, but it was a promo that was in the front. Again, has that foil design, and we'll have to see how this, flattens out in the future. But from a pack design perspective, oh, is that actually... Oh, it looks like it was wrapped around. I guess you can't see. Maybe it was just in the crimped from another one, but that's like the back of the pack design. It looks like it wraps around a little bit, but otherwise, some additional information. Hopefully that comes into zoom. And the back of this as well, for those who want to pause it and read it. But overall card feel. So for those that know, I am a big stickler on, how's the shuffle test and how's the overall card stock. And I gotta say, from someone who's been playing a lot of other card games as of late, just from a, Star Wars and Fusion World and Lorcana, they all feel pretty terrible. I'm going to be honest from a card stock standpoint, but Elestrals, this is some thick stuff, not as thick as Final Fantasy, but it does remind me of more thicker Japanese trading card game stock, which I really, really appreciate. Just a little less thick than probably Battle Spirits, thicker than Digimon, obviously less thick than One Piece, but it has a good feel to it. So as someone who really enjoys the shuffle and tactile feel of Japanese trading card games in general, I am very welcome with these. So again, I am still a little bit new overall to just card types. And again, forgive me for just other games. I'm going to say creatures and magic, just to keep it simple. And then if we get a stadium card, we'll talk about that when we get it. But just want to show off some of the artwork that we have here. So, or sorry, I should go through all these. Earth Scout, and again, I am seeing a lot of this for the first time. Drataya. Drop of Leaf. So this is going to be one of the magic cards that I had mentioned. And again, so your deck is basically going to be a combination of creatures and spells to eventually get victory from your opponent. So reveal any number of cards from your hand, then shuffle them into your deck and draw that many cards +1. So the one thing I'll mention here is when you see the symbols on the front here, that is how many that you have to take out of your spirit deck to basically enchant them, or that is the cost. So as you're ramping up these cards and as you're using some of them, you are reducing your life, which is going to hopefully pump up your abilities to deal damage to your opponent. We have Urseer. We have Tadpuff. Again, water. I'm going to love all of these cards. Titnostalk. Barabog. Soccersaur. Ooh, that is we do get I don't even know if it's a foil per pack or not, but we get Alextar. You can Nexus up to 2 win. When you do, an opponent must expend 2. Love that foiling in the background. And then we have our Spirit, which again, the Spirits go in their own separate deck. You use them to pay for cost, and that's how your life and resource is going to be generated throughout the game. Or again, you have a cap of 20, and it's kind of up to you to decide how you want to spend it over the course of a match. So we'll try to get into this next one. And I'm already losing stuff on the floor because again, the way I have just so much cool stuff here to dig into and not a lot of desk space. So I'm going to just continue my shuffle things onto the floor over there and worry about it later. So next we have Nectar of the Gods, a 2 to draw 2 cards. What does Pot of Greed do? Make your obligatory comments here and jokes as it were. But I really love this art. I think that the star foiling, or I guess, is that a star design? Yep, that's definitely a star, and then like some of the, like the galaxy swirls as well. I really love digging the art and kind of the overall style of the card. Obviously has a promo number down there as well, so I'm sure this is in the main set and just something we have to dig into later. But let's get into pack number 2 and see where this takes us. So Tron's Oval, until end of turn when Elestral is destroyed in battle, you can draw a card. Ooh, do love me some draw cards. Okay, so here now is where we have one of the stadiums or Mount Olympus. So this is like Pokemon, it just goes into the field, activates an effect, and then when your opponent plays one, it does remove it. So I'm very curious to see once I dig in more of the meta and get to learn how to play and all that stuff, and hopefully we'll do a starter deck versus video with one of the other content creators who got one of these influencer box. I'm curious to see how much of the meta that this actually takes up. Oh, Sorlet. Folio Forest, another stadium. Jolt 10, getting some other ones. Okay, so now we have a 2 cost effectively here. It's +2 for every Typhlant in your Underworld. Underworld being discard. Javelentus. Zephyrog. Another foil of those. And then, of course, there will be the Water Spirit behind it. So that is our 2 packs plus the foil. And I'll just put these off to the side. And really quickly, I do want to open one of these as well. So we'll go into the starter decks. Again, we have the water, we have wind, if I believe it is correctly. This one is fire. I probably should be looking at the side. There we go. Sorry, it's on the side for which one it is. We have fire. I guess I should show off both sides of it for those that are interested. Let's see if it zooms in. There's the list you can see. Going back to wind really quick so you can see the list for wind. And you can see that there's 3 elements in each one of these. We then have earth. And there is the earth list. And then last but not least, we have lightning, which, there we go. And I'm told that these do have a 1 of rare or a chance to be a higher rarity. Kind of like Bushiroad and Bandai and a lot of other Japanese trading card games, how they have a chance. Like if you buy a display, 1 of the 6 or 1 of the 8 will have like a super shiny card, right? Always just a nice thing to like reward players for, you know, buying into those starter deck products, and can be a nice little surprise. Now, these were rattling around quite a bit. I was wondering what was going on, but they actually do have a special 20-sided die in each one of them for that element. So again, I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff, so I think this is a really nice touch, and you know, they got me on that one, so I'm really excited to open the rest of them. And then if I can get this out of the box, just to show some of the other stuff here really quick. There is a how to play guide, which I watched a video instead, but you know, full color, which is really nice to see. Lots of details in here, and overall just a really nice little booklet. I was actually like pretty surprised at the quality and level of information that's in here compared to, you know, a lot of people that are just kind of cutting that out. And then a nice little reminder card. This wants to zoom. There we go. About declaring battle, the different card types, and then a reminder of like the main phase into battle. So, unfortunately, I didn't high roll anything on this one, but just to show off kind of the, oh, there we go, the boss monster of the water, which again, I was in the process of sleeving up, and I'm like, oh wait, I guess maybe we shouldn't sleeve this up yet until I really know. But we have Magistea, which is a 6/14, so big defense, but again, has a 3 symbol, so it's one that you build up into, kind of like the Yu-Gi-Oh style. So, again, just going to quickly show off some more of the artwork here, and we have 3 Sluggle. We have 3 of the Glabi, or 2, excuse me. We have 2 Smoltuga. And then here's where it gets really interesting too, is that there is also dual color support. So this one requires a water and a fire to get the full effect. So when you're enchanting your Elestrals, right, you have to power them up. Sometimes they'll require double water or double wind or double electric or one of 2 different kinds, right? So that will also play a role in your deck building process and how you want to, or which ones you want to include overall. And then we have Foamy. We have a Pharos, which I am just dropping all over the place. Oistress. And again, I will definitely look into these more in terms of like a play style once I have a chance to unbox everything and get some of these starter deck games in play. Oh, there's the Galaxia that we saw that we had the promo for. So I guess we do have a play set of those. Assuming a play set is 3 now. And then getting into some of the fire stuff that we had. So we had Warmite. Getting into some of the air, Peliquarius. And now getting into, again, the magic cards, as it were, the one-time effects. I'm going to split that off to the back. So we have our Nectar of the Gods just to draw some cards. We have the Ambrosia, which was the other one that we had seen for getting stuff back. Circle in the Sky, next up to 2. If you do, you can draw a card. Poseidon. So this is, again, the other types that have the card type on the side of them that kind of lets you know what they are. Atlantis, so we do get our stadium here, or continuous effect, as it were. Trident of Poseidon. Tsunami, which I've seen as get quite a bit of play. So good to have 2 of those. Eruption. Tornado. And then Shield of Achilles. So just giving you a quick rundown. Oh, hopefully that comes in frame. Of what is included in the starter deck. And of course, we'll have to probably want 2 of the boss monster, I would assume. I'll have to see what those lists look like. And then, as I mentioned, you do just have your water spirits, which are used for your cost. So that's why you see a bunch of water here, a few fire, and a few wind. And that's where I really do like in that Shattered, right, where you get the full art version. So if you really want to go big on your blinging out your deck, you do have the full art option as well. And those packs were like $3, I think, if I remember correctly, on their site. So something to definitely look into if you want to get into the full art package. And again, those are coming out every month. So I do like the Shattered Stars from a perspective of like letting players buy something that, one, obviously gets the company more money and can get them, you know, on a monthly basis and gets them some like cool promos and other stuff like that. So with that, we now have the full big boy. And also, can we just appreciate how cool this box design is? Like, just from a, like, it looks gorgeous to open. And there are 36 packs in here. There it goes, if I remember correctly. So actually a little bit larger of a box compared to what we've seen from the from more recent card game releases. So this is really cool to dig into. And again, I know this is probably going to break some people's heart that I'm opening this box. But look, I think card games are meant to be played. So if I want to buy another like super cool first edition booster box to put in an acrylic case, maybe I'll do that in the future. But hey, I just want to open some packs. And you know what? We're going to destroy this box anyways, right? So I was trying to keep it as like a little display piece for like future me, but I don't. Oh, didn't have a knife on me, but a pen works just as well. You can tell we're doing this all live. There we go. So we'll open it up. We do get a box topper, and the box topper is Voltempest. Let's see if that comes in. Yep. So really like the full art. Really like the presentation of this in a 1310. Whoo. So that is definitely one that's meant to close out the game. So there is a lot of packs in here. I am not going to do every single pack opening, but at least want to do at least some to hopefully hit a. I guess you got to open it up from the side, like the old school packs. I'm going to try to open up packs until we get a hit, just to show off like what one of the hits looks like. And then I'm going to take the rest of this kind of off video and try to get ready for a couple versus videos with some friends, or just learn to play and sleeve up the starter deck. So, okay, Eruption, Trident, seeing some more of those. So again, some good cards from the starter decks here that we're seeing as well. So maybe you only need to buy one starter deck and then you can get the rest out of packs. Trifernal is looking to be the big rare for that one. So in the back, it looks like it'll be one rare, and then plus your Wind Spirit, which again makes sense because you need the Wind Spirits to play the game. So we'll see how that plays a role overall. And I'm going to go back and resort these anyway. So for the sake of the video, we are just going to more quickly go through this if it will line up. There's another one of those stadium cards that we mentioned. Sorry, trying to find the good angle for this now. Another stadium. Another Tsunami. And again, it's 125 card set, I believe is what it was. So we'll have to go back through and figure out what the appropriate breakdown is. Oh, that's kind of fun, actually. So I guess you can also get your spirits. Oh, wow. Is that border, actually? Nice. Okay, well, I'm not sure how well this is going to come through on the camera, but they actually have a nice little detail here all the way on the sides of the cards, too. That is really neat. I like kind of like the extended border look of that. And of course, again, so there are going to be a lot of different artworks that they're doing. So functionally, these are the same cards. And then you like, do you want to foil it out? Do you want to do the full art? Let me know which you prefer in the comments below. But really cool to see that from a foiling perspective. So let's just keep going, see what else we can get. And good to know that those can also be foil. Drataya. Scout, Warmite, Crack Kit. Oh, got a little heart on his head. Rayquaza, Bag of Winds. Ooh, the Empowered Celestial gets +2 defense and cannot be targeted by opponent's runes. Part destroys one, so you can barely target. Okay, interesting. Tornado, just a nice bounce effect. Necklace of Harmonia. And Ephemeral, Ephemeral, yep. And then there we go. They got the Zapdos in the back. And for 12, this gets +1 for each of your lightning in your spirit deck. You can spend lightning in order to target and destroy a card. Okay, so again, these 3 symboled cards are really meant to be like the, boss monster, key spirit, key creature, whatever you want to say, of the deck. So those are really going to be game enders when they come into play. Pegasus, Atlantis. Oh, there's something back there maybe. Golden Apple of Discord. Again, I can't get over like the rune cards and just how pretty they look. Rum again. Globby. Cinder. Oh, well, shoot. Candelo. And Hephaestus being a full art card. That is gorgeous. Okay, I guess we're going to open up a few more because I did not expect to get one this early. That looks pretty dope. Again, I'll have to like go back and see what the exact rarity and all that good stuff is, but this is a gorgeous card. BS 1085. So nothing immediately on it that I can tell, at least that gives me a symbol for rarity and stuff. Like no SPR, no like triple star and things of that nature, but it looks gorgeous. So we will put that to the side and yeah, definitely open up a couple more packs and see where this takes us. So if you are already playing Elestrals, definitely let me know in the comments what you're excited for and kind of what decks that you thought have been good or what element you prefer to play. Because again, I do want to try to do at least one versus video in our 3-part series where we, ooh, that feels a little bit thicker, where we talk about the various decks. And I got a lot of research to do, but pretty excited because again, I always love learning new card games, seeing how, what kind of new mechanics they brought out and kind of go from there. So a Pharos can Nexus up to 2 water. When you do, draw a card for each one, reveal it this way. Okay. I do love me some just straight card draw. And again, I'm assuming the last card in the pack is the rare. I'm going to have to go back through and get a little bit more information as I'm going through this. But for the sake of when I was able to record this video, I just want to make sure that I went through and, got a couple of these open, talked about, and show off some of the artwork. Then we have Faldacane taking up another spot. That is a second spirit down on the ground because I dropped it out of the pack. So yeah, card feel is really good. The booster packs themselves do seem to like stick or hang a little bit. So definitely be careful when you're opening your packs if you get the box. But again, we are just going to be opening whatever product we get, try to build some decks and go from there. So no holding on to stuff for us. And I'm sure if I'm sorting these wrong, someone in the comments is just going to lose their mind about how I'm going through it. But hey, we are doing our best. We have Drops. We have Drataya. Necruff. Helios Chariot Ride. Ooh, that's a new one. Sorry, the camera is just not wanting to stay in focus here. Can only be cast during draw phase. Opponents cannot cast runes this turn. Okay, so a nice like little silence effect. Let you do what you want to be doing. Aquarius, Foamy. Another Trifernal. So I am now leading to believe that last slot is what that is for, because I don't know, big cost, big guy just seems like it's going to be a higher rarity thing. We'll see where that lends itself. Another Stadium card. I know there was also some issues like in earlier packs where they had a bunch of Stadium cards taking up the packs, but it looks like it was fixed, at least for now. Am I getting too... Nope, it's zooming in on the back of the... Can we stay right there? Okay, Urskot, Warmite. It's zooming in on that back row, unfortunately. Eruption. Hammer of Hephaestus. So there we go, starting to see more of those cards come online. Pennycone, and I think that's actually our second Fire. The other thing I gotta say is, like, at least from the inside of all these product designs where you basically see like empty boxes, even the inside of this booster box looks great. Like they put so much care into, the inside art where it would normally be plain. So again, kudos to the like little details like that they've been putting together. that I think have shown up really well, and I think are going to, you know, make players a little bit more excited to open their product, kind of, you know, celebrate the opening in that regard. Earthquake, Equilinics. That. We'll do like 4 more packs, which gets us like halfway through. I just don't want the video to go too long as I'm going through this, but still want to show off a good amount of the art so that people have a general idea of kind of where the art lines up, kind of read some of the effects if they want to stop and look at the video. Target and Destroy Road, interesting. But otherwise just going from there to see kind of what we get. I guess I should probably put the Hephaestus in frame there for when we're going through the packs. Oh, there we go. Mount Olympus, another stadium, Sorlit, Nimbug, Amp Up, Grifus, Sakurasaur, Barabog, Majursa. Oh, so this is like the 3rd version of the bears. I see how this goes. Cool. So that is like the top end fire of that. And again, I'm going to have to spend some time to look into all the different Elestrals to see like what is the top end payoff for each one and figure out what I want to do to adjust some of these starter decks. Because it's always fun to like get some starter decks, get one booster box, and see what you can put together just from like an overall building standpoint. So Spino set. We'll do, this should be 2 more if I remember correctly. We'll see if we get anything else in these packs. Remog, Romigan, Sluggle, Urasir, Carrion, Polaricus, Foamy. Another Trifernal. I am not a fire person. I am a water person. I guess we're going to have to see if we can round out the rest of the box here. But I think at least for this box, it clearly wants us to go in one direction over another. Amp Up, Ursamog. So that's the base spirit for, or the base Elestral, I should say, for the one that we saw. Necklace of Harmonia. We got a shield, Scavum, and another one of those. All right. Last one, I promise. I wanted to not make sure this ran over 30 minutes, so this will be our last pack. Can we get a last pack magic for the video, or did we run out of our good luck very early on? Thunderbolt of Zeus, Spark It. Whoop. Let's not give myself a cardboard cut. All right. That looks like it's, you know, we still have about half a box left, which I need to like make room on my desk for everything. But again, huge shout out to the Elestrals team for sending us this massive, like again, there's a lot of stuff that's in here and we have a lot more to dig into. So again, this is just another video in our mini-part series of 2024 to celebrate new trading card games that are coming out of our 3-part series with an unboxing, a meta recap, and hopefully a versus video as our channel is coming around to 10 years on YouTube. And obviously we did do a little bit of time on Twitch as well. So if there's a new card game coming out that you're excited about, definitely let me know in the comments below. Or if you're currently playing Elestrals, let me know your thoughts on the game and kind of where I should get started. But with that, my friends, stay safe, stay hydrated, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.